Well, the 3-year-olds have been very fluid all season. We were hoping to have them racing in Ontario. Then we were going to move them. We moved one or two of them. Then we were going to move more. Then they said they were going to qualify. It's been frustrating for you and for me and for quite frankly everybody in Ontario or associated with anybody in Ontario. So I understand that WEG, the racetrack, has done everything they can. The government was very persistent in their insistence that racing was apparently not an outdoor sport, which is maybe the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, but that it wasn't safe. Also, nothing to support that. But nevertheless, they continued with their stance that racing could not race. And without the backing of the government, municipally, provincially, or federally, or all three, we certainly couldn't race. So, I guess just mostly municipally and provincially. So here's our 3-year-olds, what they're up to, where they're at, when they're going to go. I touched on most of them in the opening, but let's get right to all the Adrenaline Rush. Trained in 56 last week, will qualify this week. Barbie's Crown will qualify this week. She trained in 2-3 last week. I want this filly to be able to trot 58, 59, and Steve has been very patient with this filly. As you know, I'm a little more conservative when it comes to the horses and what I think they can do or can't do. But ultimately, 2-3 is just not going to cut it. So as I said to Harry, I want to see a better mile out of this filly, or she's not going to be here. That's pretty much it. So work her harder. We got the weight on her that we wanted on her. Work her harder and get her into qualify. Bettor's Hope may be into qualify this week. They trained him in 59. We wanted to make some equipment changes. I suspect he could probably put into qualify, and then we'll see how he goes. Blue Monk, huge update on Blue Monk. I've been told by Harry that this horse was very, very impressive training the last 2-3 weeks. So I'm a little interested to see how he's going to qualify this week. Brilliant Corners, a horse that I think the world of, and I think that he's got a very bright future. Can't wait to see him going this year. Can't Muscle Me, trained in 2-2, I believe. Harry wanted to do her knees and then get her qualifying. We will do that. First Glance, been in 58. He's ready to rock. Mary was excited to get him qualified this week. We'll come back with another qualifier the week after that. Fox Valley Britska will be on the sale board and has been on the sale board, will remain on the sale board. We will move him at some point. 58 after making a break, pretty decent mile, just not enough in Indiana, and he's an Indiana bred, so we'll see what happens moving forward. Frilly Fringes, in the similar boat. She's got to do more. She's in a maiden, made a break the other day, back in a maiden at Northfield Park on Tuesday. Gray is a new red. Call a spade a spade. She raced well the other day, or call a gray a gray. She raced well the other day, closing hard on the end of it, third. That doesn't mean that she's in any different situation than she was before the race. I was just happy with the way she raced. GW Chrome, very similar boat again. There's going to be a lot of these sophomores that just aren't going to be good enough. And I know some people get upset over that and are frustrated. We've talked ad nauseum about what constitutes a stable worthy horse and what is a horse that may need to move. I think I've tried my best to make it pretty clear. GW Chrome will be likely on the ladder as a horse that probably will be sold also. Holy Chick, happy with the way she galloped the other day. We've been running her because she hit her jack. Something popped out of that jack, probably an old festering bruise that blew out. We're managing it best we can. Where does she fit on that ladder we were talking about? It's unfair to say. I don't know where she fits just yet. She was racing pretty good leading up to the time we had to stop with her. Should be back in to go very soon. Eglariam, a very unfortunate breaks on Friday afternoon. I know James was very upset with it. I was too. We brought her back to Ohio to take a look at her. We'll get a better look at her this week, heading into Saturday's second Stallion Series race. I'm a Lovely Lady couldn't look any better than she did the other day. Very impressed with this filly. Jason's done a terrific job with her. As I said to you in Miami Valley, she raced how she looked. And I'll repeat that again. The other night, she raced how she looked. She looks a million times better. Starting to put weight on. Her stress level seems much lower in the races. Just very impressed with I'm a Lovely Lady. Italian Grit, not unhappy with Italian Grit. I think he'd be much better off actually in Ontario. We'll likely send him back to Ontario. I know that Travis likes his horse. I'm trying to work out a deal where he could buy the vast majority of them. I would stay involved. Some of our clients may want to stay involved and race him in Ontario. I believe he could do good in the 15, now known as a 40. It's a great spot for this horse. Jazzy Judy looked incredible the other day. Only Globetrotting picked her off the wire. 2 minutes last half, 57. She looked very, very, very good. Miss Meringue, she'll be off another slow week of jogging, and then we'll start her back. We'll have her ready. It's just taken a little more time than we wanted, but had to make sure she was ready to go. Mama Knows Best has looked great and looked great the other night. My Jazz, foot's still not at 100%. Will not qualify her Thursday if she's not. And listen, we have plenty of time till the stake race and a long summer ahead of her. We need to make sure we do this right. Her issues, there's nothing serious there, but if she's not at 100%, she will not qualify on Thursday. No Free Lunch likely will qualify Thursday, Friday, whatever day they qualify. He's looked very, very good. Training down good. Happy to have the qualifiers starting, obviously. Northern Blizzard trained in 59 last half and 57 apiece, 58 the other day. Johnny's been very happy with him. Can't wait to see him go on whenever they go this week. No, already did him. Perfect Record. I guess he spun his knee boot around the other day and it blew up a little bit. And I know that Mark Beckwith was a little worried. They're working on getting his knee down to a point where they can race him. He's 6-5 tomorrow. I don't want to scratch 6-5 horses, but I'm not going to put this horse in a position where he could be hurt also. So we'll see. Just par for the course for this week. There's a terrible week on the track, and the residual frustration continues. Rose Run Why Not, much like Miss Meringue's going to need a little more time. She'll start training in a week or two. So Admirable qualifying back this week. Mark believes he's got her in a better position, made a few more changes. We'll see how she races this week, qualifies this week in Saratoga. Sweet Ambitions went to Mark. I knew there's a chance that this would happen. She scoped very sick after the race. They're going to need to get her under control. She's probably going to need another week. She just digs the knife in, this filly. Tanzanite Tricks will be qualifying this week at Mohawk, been in 2-4. I expect she'll qualify in 2-1, come back. I'd love to see her come back, go mile 58 and 59 the week after. We'll see how she does. That's My Girl will qualify this week. Will race in a maiden the week after at Northfield Park. What happens after that, I don't know yet. That will be up to her. Tipsy and Dixie's ready to go. She'll qualify. Walk on the Moon ready to go. He'll qualify. War We Welcome will stay here another week. We'll race her the week after next when everybody's going through their second qualifiers, and then we'll see how she is after that. We'll likely send her right home. Well and Down, I just didn't drive her conservatively enough in the last night. But that's how tough that class is. I need everybody to understand that 15-1 is 15-1 in many cases. From the rail, if you're 15-1, I overdrove her, and that won't happen her next start. We'll drop her back into the condition claimer where she needed to go, and then we'll see what happens after that. Won My Heart Hanover. She's back in Ohio for a few days. We're going to make a few little shoeing adjustments on her and then bring her back for the Stallion Series next Saturday at the Meadows. That's all the 3-year-olds. That's where they're going, what's going on. And we'll get back to everybody throughout the week if there's any updates. But for now, just looking forward to racing, looking forward to qualifying in Ontario, and getting our horses in our stable moving for the summer of 2021. Take care.